This PowerPoint will discuss the policy Early Head Start. The problem that initiated Early Head Start is poverty. Poverty impacts children, their families, and their community. It hinders the development in key regions, impacting school readiness and academic success for children. Poverty significantly impacts the family by the increased stress levels for parents, poor relationships and unhealthy family dynamics, and poor physical and mental health. Poverty also affects the community by having overcrowded, inadequate housing, and insufficient resources for low-income families. In 2019, nearly 2 billion infants and toddlers live in poverty. Policy description of Early Head Start. Early Head Start is an evidence-based, federally funded, and community-based program serving primarily low-income children from birth to the age of 3, pregnant women, and their families to have the same opportunities to succeed. Early Head Start helps break the cycle of poverty by providing early education and programs to help low-income families meet their emotional, social, health, nutritional, and psychological needs. Early Head Start focuses on the early education of infants and toddlers. It also supports parents into becoming primary caregivers and teachers for their children. Early Head Start gives infants and toddlers good health, strong families, and positive early learning experiences. History of Early Head Start. In 1965, President LBJ officially announces Project Head Start. In 1966, Head Start was funded for a full school year as a 9-month program. In 1967, it offers services for families with children from birth to the age of 3. This will be known as Early Head Start in 1994. In 1969, Head Start was moved to the Office of Child Development in the U.S. Department of Health, of Education and Welfare. In 1972, 10% of national enrollment was set aside for children with disabilities. In 1984, Head Start's budget exceeded $1 billion under the Reagan administration. The continue of history. In 1988, the expansion of Head Start authorized comprehensive child development program into a 5-year demonstrated program to provide services to low-income families with infants. In 1990, the Head Start Expansion and Quality Improvement Act and the Head Start State Collaboration Project began. In 1994 was the establishment of Early Head Start. And in 1995, under the Clinton administration, Head Start appropriation was $3.53 billion in the first Early Head Start grant, with services up to about 725,000 children. In 1998, the second revision of the performance standards and reauthorized to expand full day and full year services. In 2007, under the George W. Bush administration, passed the School Readiness Act. In 2009, the Obama administration passed the American Reinvestment and Recovery Act, which added more than 64,000 slots for Early Head Start and Head Start programs. In 2016, the third revision of performance standards, and there was more than 30 million children participating in Early Head Start and Head Start programs. In 2019, there was a 25th anniversary of Early Head Start. Arguments in favor. Early Head Start helps the development of community. Early Head Start takes an active role in community leadership in early childhood education and family support. They regularly convey stakeholders to assess community needs and plans and innovate responses. Dr. Joan Lombardi, co-editor of Beacon of Hope, The Promise of Early Head Start for America's Youngest Children. Early Head Start represents all the best opportunities the country can provide, and it works. It promotes healthy development and reinforces the central role of families in their lives of their children. It is a sure bet investment for a stronger America. According to former Senator Christopher Dodd, the boost Early Head Start gives so many babies confirms the wisdom of beginning Head Start, where learning begins at birth. Proud to have a hand in its creation. Arguments against Early Head Start. According to Dr. Joan Lombardi, many times during the course of its history, it's been underfunded and runs into issues of quality. You've got tremendous potential, but it's time for us to fully fund it. The work of the program is not reaching enough children early enough or long enough, which Lombardi argues of Early Head Start. Early Head Start is struggling to serve low-income families in their communities. According to Monge, critics charge that Head Start is a big federal program spending billions of tax dollars on a pipe dream, that the effects of being born into poverty can be averted for a lifetime with a few hours a day spent in a classroom at the age of 4. They say that the effects of Early Head Start fades by 3rd grade. Policy evaluation. It is an excellent policy that helps parents and children succeed in and out of school. Early Head Start designs programs that promote the children's development and helps parents achieve self-sufficiency and ensure economic security. Early Head Start isn't adequate to serve eligible counterparts. In 2019, 93% of infants and toddlers in the U.S. suitable for Early Head Start are not currently served. Early Head Start is practical with its programs and services, but does not reach enough eligible families. It would only reach 5% eligible families, but now it's up to 7% as of now. Early Head Start struggles with funding for the different communities. Early Head Start has specific funded slots for eligible recipients. In 2019, Early Head Start had funds to serve 171,992 infants, toddlers, and pregnant women, but there are still over 2 million infants and toddlers living in poverty. This policy is an excellent idea that needs to be expanded and changed to benefit everyone overall. Policy recommendations. Early Head Start should raise the federal and state investments and programs to ensure that more eligible infants and toddlers are served. Early Head Start should expand the assessments of inadequate Early Head Start community resources and the program options that are most needed in communities. Early Head Start should expand the support efforts to have well-qualified and fairly compensated Early Head Start workforce. Early Head Start should expand the enrollment of pregnant women in Early Head Start to increase their children's benefits and their children. Early Head Start should expand the funding for new research to assess how implementing new Head Start program performance standards benefit families and children. These are the references used for this project, and thank you.